Here we are back with Sarah, and she's talking about Haiti Projects. This is part 2. Okay, all right, Sarah.
All right, I haven't really at this point, when I was doing consultations at the clinic, I hadn't created Haiti Projects at that time. But the idea that these women could earn the money themselves to pay for their medicine is what spurred me on. And then, as I said, I found out that a lot of people were sitting on exquisite embroidery skill. They had no needle, no thread, no scissors, no material, no anything. So it was just a question of organizing it.
Well, how did they gain the?
They had
how they learned.
It's a tradition in Haiti to teach young girls how to embroider.
Oh, okay.
I suppose it was that way 100 years ago here, but also a former French priest who was the curé of the parish, he had started a school for women that they taught embroidery and cooking and childcare, and so many of these people had graduated from this program, which was now defunct because he had gone back to France and died. So we started with 4 people on the porch of the rectory, and we learned a chenille stitch, and then we moved to 8 people and 12 people, and everybody wanted to join. And my friend Ellen Abbott from Holliston, who's a designer, she created nightgown bodices for us and pillowcases, and so we copied her designs, and we were pretty terrible in the beginning, actually.
That's hard to imagine because everything's so beautiful now.
Sometimes I trot out the things that we made 10 years ago and show them, and they think that's the funniest thing they ever saw, that they ever made that. So we grew. When we got to 12 people, we moved into a little house that later became the library. And when we got to about 20 people, we moved into the facility we are now, which was a former corn depot. It's a beautiful room, 30 feet by 30 feet. And someone gave me money to raise the roof, so we've got better circulation. And it's a lovely, lovely room. And this organization, Food for the Poor, gave us the original chairs and tables and things like that.
So it's been growing?
It's been growing and growing. We now have 70 women who are involved in the
actual embroidery and knitting.
Well, not just the embroidery, but also assistance, management, washing and ironing, tagging, all the operations involved. And then we started the knitting because there were many women who couldn't do the fine embroidery, and they wanted to belong. Everybody wants to belong. That's the thing. It's created something that it's a beacon in the village, and everybody wants to be connected to it. Because we are a stable enterprise right now, and people get a paycheck, and they have a lot of pride of belonging.
So how many years is that total? That's 1993.
Well, outside it says 1996 we were incorporated.
Okay.
Just across the street is the Family Planning Clinic, which was started in '95 when the services were removed from the hospitals because they were adhering to Catholic rules, which is we don't do family planning. We started with 47 women who were transferred from the hospital program, and we now have more than 900 that are faithful clients who come regularly every 3 months for
checkups. And well, that's
and then at the same while this was going on, we started a library, and it started because I asked the carpenter to make me a bookcase, and when we moved out of that little rented house, we put up a sign that said the library, and we collected books, and we now have 3,000 volumes in French. We have a cyber cafe
And do you have any English books there as well?
No, I took them all out,
Oh.
which is probably a mistake, but I did.
Why is that?
Well, I had some children's books in English, but
okay.
nobody wanted
Okay.
to take them out, and so the
If you
English
will-
books I had was the junk that people buy,
Oh,
in airports, and I didn't want.
No, you wanted the classic, classic good literature.
But this is a work in progress. We might get some really nice books.
Okay,
But
now-
the point is that it's the intellectual center of the village. By all odds. It has all kinds of programs, book reviews, poetry contests, wonderful program for children on Saturday morning where they play games and sing songs and get stories read to them. And then we have an internet connection.
Okay, now Sarah, I'm going to pause right